33rd Annual National Girls and Women in Sport Day. It's always the first Wednesday in February. Founded in 1987 on the premise that sports and physical activity are the tools girls need to become strong leaders in their lives and in the world. Portsmouth Abbey School fully subscribes to this premise and our girls' participation in sport. I've asked Ms. Jones, several of our coaches, and our 3 sport female tri-captains to present a short program that recognizes and supports our girls and their participation in sport. Please give them your full attention.
Good morning. National Girls and Women in Sports Day is a day to celebrate girls and women's athletics and recognize the impact sports has on girls' development. Sports help girls build confidence, strength, character, and leadership skills. Girls and Women in Sports Day original intent was to unite female athletes and bring national attention to girls' sports. It is also a day to remember an Olympic volleyball player, Flo Hyman, who was a strong advocate for the equality of women's sports. Athletes like Flo set the stage for us to be able to have the same playing opportunities as the boys' teams. When the Abbey went co-ed in 1991, we had 14 boys' teams, 2 girls' teams, and 5 co-ed teams, of which most of our co-ed teams only had a handful of girls. Today, we have 25 varsity sports teams, 12 of which are girls' teams, 11 boys' teams, and 2 co-ed teams. I wouldn't be the person I am today without the opportunities I had playing sports growing up. The impact my coaches had on me and the relationships I have with my teammates are the reason I am here with all of you today. We have invited Faith, Maddie, and Isabel, our 3 tri-varsity senior captains, along with Miss Villarreal and Miss Medisad, to speak about the opportunities and experiences sports have given them.
Sports have always been a part of my life. My fun fact for every meeting is I was on skis before I could walk, and it's true. Sports brought me confidence, friendships, and an escape from all of life's stresses. My freshman year, I had my heart set on trying ice hockey, but with a bit of convincing, I tried squash. Originally, I had no clue what it was, as many people feel when they come to the Abbey. I would have never had the chance to experience squash without the encouragement of my family, friends, and coaches. Squash became my favorite sport over anything else. Whenever I have time to kill, I walk over the courts and play. I would have never known how much I love this particular sport without the opportunity that the Abbey gave me. My freshman year, I barely made the JV team, starting at the very bottom of the ladder. And by my sophomore year, I had bumped myself up to number 1. I never thought I would like squash or improve, but the Abbey has helped me grow as an athlete and an individual.
Hi, I'm Maddie Burke, for those of you who don't know me, and this year I am the varsity field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse captain. Sports have always been a prominent part of my life, ever since I started playing soccer when I was 6 years old. The most important things I've gained from participating in sports are the irreplaceable bonds that I've made with my teammates. I will forever cherish the girls who are on my AAU Cape Cod Waves basketball team. We started off as only 5th graders and grew with each other for the next 5 years. Through competing together in junior nationals, and weekend tournaments, we were able to grow as individual people and a team. We went from losing just about every game to finishing 6th out of about 60 teams in junior nationals in Washington, D.C. It was everyone's goal from the start to push each other to become better players. That team was like my second family. We all wanted to help each other succeed and always had each other's back, whether on or off the court. All the sports I participated in have provided me with unforgettable opportunities and experiences that I will remember forever, but the most important are the people I've met along the way.
Academics have always been an important thing to me, and my athletic successes have brought me to 2 schools that have allowed me to grow as a student and to reach my highest potential. After years and years of my dad forcing me to go to free skate, even when I didn't want to, at all, he finally got me to learn to skate when I was 7. I wasn't happy about it at all. I was extremely nervous, first because I didn't know anyone there, and second because I was the only girl in the rink. When I begged my dad not to make me go back, he told me I had to go 3 more times, and if I still hated it, I could finally quit. I'm really glad he made me stick with it, because in those 3 more practices, I fell in love with hockey and I've played it ever since. Hockey is what led me here to the Abbey. Although my passion has changed to field hockey now, it is because of the Abbey that I first picked up my field hockey stick. With our busy schedules of practices and away games, along with the rigorous academic curriculum that we have here, I've been able to learn valuable time management skills that I'll need next year. Now, field hockey has given me the opportunity to continue my academic career at Babson College this coming September. I'm forever grateful for the opportunity sports has given me here at the Abbey.
As Faith, Isabel, and Maddie have all said, sports, and for me especially lacrosse, have provided me with many amazing opportunities. The most recent being drafted to play for the Boston Storm of the United Women's Lacrosse League. The United Women's Lacrosse League, or the UWLX, is the first ever women's professional lacrosse league that played their inaugural season in 2016. It was not until April 17th of 2017 when I was drafted as the 3rd overall pick to the Boston Storm. Since I was 3 years old, I have spent all of my weekends at lacrosse tournaments. At first, I was merely following my brother around with my stick in hand to all of his games. And it wasn't until I was 7 years old that I played on my first real team and started playing in tournaments myself. When I realized that lacrosse was my true passion, I could only ever dream of making it to play at the collegiate level. And when I finally did just that, playing lacrosse at St. Anselm College, I thought that my last collegiate game would be the last time I ever played. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. I was able to extend my playing time into the professional league. Interestingly, one of the duties that I assumed when I signed my contract was to make 9 appearances a year. I wasn't really sure what that would mean or what that would look like, but what it turned out to be was an opportunity for young girls to see what was possible in girls lacrosse. I saw in each of them the little 7-year-old that I was, so excited to put on a uniform and go to tournaments. But as cute as the little 7-year-olds are, it's even more exciting to me when teenage girls come up and ask me for my autograph or ask what it's like to play in the league, because I know that whatever I say could determine whether or not they chase their dreams. Just being there in the uniform shows them what's possible. Now don't get me wrong, we aren't playing in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium by any means, yet, but the number of girls that we have inspired will make a difference in the future of women's sports. Because as more girls imagine the possibilities and push to make these possibilities a reality, the more opportunities will open up to them. And every time one girl is successful and gets recognized for that success, it's an achievement and one step closer to equality for female athletes. The birth of the UWLX is a result of successful, passionate players who are not willing to end their playing careers. And as a member of this league, I look forward to the further growth of this sport.
I was asked to talk about empowering girls through sports. Girls playing sports is certainly nothing new to us, and we often forget that it wasn't always this way. But today isn't just about celebrating that. We, all of you girls out there, need to take advantage of this opportunity. The majority of you will not play sports in college or make a living as a professional athlete. So what difference does it make that you play on a high school team? Sure, there are all the life lessons we just heard about, teamwork, dedication, and hard work. But ladies, we live in a world where we need to make our voice heard. And when you get to college and then hopefully get a job, you are on your own. You won't have your parents to bail you out. Your parents can't email your college professors. They can't request a meeting with your boss. So, where will you find the confidence and courage and strength to stand up for yourself? You can start working on it right now. Every time you step on the playing field, you have the chance to show what a strong and confident woman you are. But it doesn't happen magically. You have to put in the effort. If you miss a shot, you don't hang your head, you get the rebound, and you take another shot, and another, and another. This confidence will not come from a certain number of likes on Instagram. It will not come from the dreaded Snapchat streaks. It can only come from within you. Your success, your confidence are a direct correlation of your hard work, of the respect you show yourself. Think about some famous women, athletes and otherwise, and why we respect them. Because they are strong, confident women. Venus and Serena Williams, Simone Biles, the entire UConn women's basketball team. New York City Marathon champion Shalane Flanagan, Beyonce, Maddie Bird. Now, you don't have to be the best player on the field or the court. It only matters that you show up with your best effort. Most of you know that I like to run. Some of you also think that I'm a fast runner. Not even close. Here's some fun family facts. My 2 brothers qualify for the Boston Marathon every year. My sister-in-law is an Olympian. She ran for Ireland in the Olympics, twice. My own sister was a Division I runner in college, and I will never be able to beat her in a road race, no matter the distance. But my proudest running moment, besides beating Mrs. Nicoletti in the headmaster's run after multiple attempts, was when my 3 siblings and I all qualified for the 2015 Boston Marathon, in addition to 2 brothers-in-law and that sister-in-law. In that race, the boys finished almost an hour ahead of me. My parents had time to eat lunch in between seeing them. But that doesn't matter. I gave it my best effort, and I ran my best marathon ever that day, never to be repeated. As a result, I have the confidence to do anything. In a triathlon last summer, I was passed by many swimmers from the next wave after me, 3 minutes later. But I swam over a mile in the ocean that day, something I never thought I could do. I backpacked across Spain, as well as a few mountain ranges along the way. More importantly, I can and I will stand up for myself when I'm being treated poorly because of my gender. Ladies, you will encounter some men in positions of authority who feel the need to show off their power in order to make you feel smaller, inferior. When that day comes, think back to your time playing sports. Remember the confidence, the strength. I am reminded of my high school yearbook quote from Shakespeare, "Though she be but little, she is fierce." Be fierce, ladies.
Thank you, everyone. We are grateful to the female athletes that have paved the way for us to be able to play sports here at the Abbey today. However, we understand that there is still more work to be done. By recognizing today as National Girls and Women in Sports Day, we hope to continue to make strides in female athletics. To celebrate our female athletes in this community, each girl and coach of a girls' team will get a Girls and Women in Sports Day t-shirt. We ask that you wear them to school tomorrow over your dress code and in your warm-ups for your athletic contest this week. Right after assembly in the Winter Garden, we will be handing out the shirts to all girls of the school and coaches of girls' teams. We hope that this will be our first celebration of National Girls and Women's Sports Day at the Abbey, and we'll continue this for many years to come. Happy National Girls and Women's Sports Day. Thank you.